This is my first podcast.
Really?
So that's awesome.
In reality, it's a lot of people's first time.
Yeah.
So I popped the cherry, you know what I mean?
Yeah, facts. No, I've been wanting to go on one. So
Yeah. So,
Yo, welcome to the spot where the mics are hot. Every word we drop got flow like a shot. Got stories to tell and jokes that hit hard. Come join the fun, it's a brand new yard. We bring the vibes, the beats won't stop. Tune in now, we rise to the top. Laugh, cry, shout, feel every drop. This podcast here is cream of the crop.
okay. All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode to the R2DaJ podcast. And today's special guest is Brandon with Chloe's Burgers and Benny's Pizza. I put that up there. If you guys like what we're doing over here, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Sure helps the channel grow. And with that being said, here's Brandon. What's up, Brandon? How you doing?
what's up, Jay? How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. Thanks for coming, man.
Nah, I appreciate the offer, man. I know it's been
I had to shout out. Oh, we have to shout out to what I call it Pedro from GTS. What's up, Pedro?
GTS, my brother.
Yeah, he made this
So
happen.
much love. You know, he saved me so many times. First of all,
Oh,
Like,
really?
let's really shout him out. Like, this is somebody you can call, and at least for me.
Yeah.
And you know, he's able to get you situated. And I'm talking about flat tires on the side of the road, 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
You know, and that's my boy.
Yeah, and I do need to reach out to him because I told him I was gonna get some tent done work from him.
He's
So
the man.
I just right now I just
GTS, well, he's in Port Arthur, Beaumont, and Nederland.
yeah, and thing is right now with stocks everything's going down right now. So eventually it's gonna pop off. So I just kind of been dumping money on the stocks right now. So
It'll pop back up, man.
So I was
Always bet on America, as I say.
yeah. So I'm just waiting for it to pop back up. And then once it pop back, get
It
make
ain't
some
gonna be
profit.
that quick.
Yeah,
it ain't gonna be that
it's
quick.
gonna be
Right
a
now,
while.
it's real volatile.
Yeah,
so.
everybody kind of struggling like, damn, I wish I had some more money to put on the stock market. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's kind of that thing right there. But yeah, I want to
you
bring you
got
on to see because he told me that I know you own the burger joint,
Yes.
and then also when I was reading your Facebook profile, it said you own Benny's Pizza as well
Yes.
too. And
Yes.
what else?
So I owned the Vault 4. Or I was part owner
Okay.
of the Vault 409. We just had to close down last summer, but we had a great run over 4 years in the game. We sold exclusive merchandise, Travis Scott's. You know, we were the main ones in the city. We hosted sneaker events and all types of cool
Yeah,
spots.
and I mean, you said that you're not doing that no more or whatever. But the way I see it, what I call it, it's you took the experience. You know?
Exactly. No, I have no complaints at all.
Yeah.
It was a blast. I
Yeah.
met some of the coolest people. That's how I moved to Houston. I was able to open up a shop out there in Houston
Mm-hmm.
and Katy, Texas. So it was an amazing experience. I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world, but it did lead me to even the burger spot, the pizza spot, and all that.
Yeah. So who is? I always like to ask who is the guest. So who is Brandon?
Brandon's just a hustler, man. I'm not
Absolutely.
gonna lie. I'm a strong hustler, man. It's something that was instilled in me. My father, my mother. We're hustlers. We're go-getters. You know, I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're not really from?
I'm not
Port
from
Arthur?
out here. No.
Okay.
I moved out here when I was 17.
You kind of go tell from the accent.
You can hear the accent a little
bit, yeah.
It's still stuck in me, but I mean, I've lived in Georgia for a very, very long time as well. Florida,
Atlanta
for a while.
area or where?
South Atlanta,
Okay.
South Atlanta, Jonesboro, Clayton County, around that area, and then eventually towards Atlanta, but never fully in Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't really like Georgia.
When I used to live
Love to Georgia though.
Yeah.
I have no problems with
Yeah.
Georgia. We love to visit.
I lived in Birmingham for a couple of years, so I had a friend who lived close to Atlanta, so we'll meet up over there and we'll go watch the games and stuff like that.
No, it's beautiful.
Braves,
You go
yeah.
to Coca-Cola downstairs in the underground. You have Centennial Park. Beautiful stuff. It's just I never got to live out there.
Yeah, and I think we went to a couple of bar scene over there. It was pretty nice. I ain't complaining about it. It was nice. You
It's
know what I
nice.
mean?
Very nice.
So, but what else about you?
I know it was a tangent. Other than that,
Married?
married, absolutely. Shout out my wife. We've been married 2 years now.
Congratulations.
She's
Yeah.
super awesome, man. She has her own business as well. She's an esthetician. So she does amazing facials, body reductive massages. She has her business out in Katy. So
Oh, okay.
it's called Alizo's Aesthetics. Y'all check that out. Alizo's, Alizos. You get to see all the baddies. You get to see what she does with them. So
Yeah, I'll always link that up too.
yeah, of course.
That
We'll
was,
drop that down. Yeah.
Yeah, any kids?
No kids. That's how you stay busy, man.
Yeah.
That's one golden rule. If y'all don't hear nothing or learn anything else from me today, is that part. You know, I have a lot of friends with kids, and it's just something that kids can build you and empower you to go the extra strength. You know, you're doing it for someone else.
Yeah.
But at the same time, in the back of your brain, you're not gonna make the same sacrifice because you have that person that's relying on you to get home. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're not willing to stay an extra day or go an extra way just because you have that family at home, that baby that it's a different love that I hear
Yeah.
from what I know. Do you have kids?
Yeah, I have one. He's about to turn 21.
He's 21.
Yep.
Damn,
Yeah.
you have a 21-year-old.
Yeah. I'm about to turn 44.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man. I've been taking care of myself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's, a lot of people probably don't know, but when I was in my early 20s, man, I got big. I was like 225. My biggest,
Really?
yeah. Now I was like 165.
You're born and
170.
raised out here.
No, I was actually born in El Salvador.
Ah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Man. Beautiful.
When we first moved to the States, moved to San Francisco, like when I was 6, 7. Stayed out there for like 6, 7 years. Then from there, I moved down here.
Damn.
Big changes all the time.
Yeah. Out here, I'm sure you've seen. Yeah.
Man, it's so flat over here, man.
It's so flat, man. No, and then like coming from New York and visiting every summer, I would still visit my family. I have a lot of family out there, so I would still go out there. We just went out there last year, me and my wife.
Like New York City,
New
or
York
York
City,
State?
New York City. Yeah, family in Manhattan, Brooklyn. I'm originally from Brooklyn. Family in Staten Island as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I always want to go there just to go
it's beautiful.
check it out. Yeah, I'm not sure everything's open.
It's something you want to stay like 4 days. That's it.
Yeah.
4 days.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
That's what I tell people. Like, I would like to like visit big cities now because they got so much things to do. But living in the big city,
Nah.
it's not for me no more.
It's
Maybe,
not for
maybe when I was younger and stuff, yes. But now as I got older,
Especially with kids. You
yeah.
don't want to bring your kids to that at all.
And I kind of love my space. You seen the house, you know what I mean?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful estate. Beautiful.
So that's why I decided to do that. So what did you do before?
So let's get down to it. I moved to Texas when I was 17 years old. We went to high school. Was working at Champs. That's where a lot of people knew me from.
I mean, why did you move to?
So quick story. Basically, mom remarried.
Oh, okay.
Stepdad's family spoke highly of Groves, Texas.
Okay.
So I did graduate from PNG.
Okay.
It was amazing. I did like PNG a lot. Awesome school, awesome curriculum, awesome spirit. They had a great spirit, especially that football spirit.
Yeah.
And after that, worked into Champs. Did awesome at Champs. I have
At Central Mall.
at Central Mall. Yeah, I worked there for
That's
like
a long time ago. A while
yeah,
back,
and this is back when it was at TJ Maxx. You know where TJ Maxx is at right now?
Oh, that's a long time ago.
Long time ago, man.
I remember that.
It was like at the beginning.
Yeah. Was that fountain still there? Was it there when you working there at
I
Champs?
don't think so. I've seen pictures of that
Okay.
fountain.
See, that's how long I used to go to.
Yeah, and it was on that side, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it had a fountain there, and people would throw money and quarters in. And me and my cousin would go in there.
I don't know why they take these things out, man. It diminishes, and that's why it looks like how it looks. You know?
No, yeah, it's like they're trying to make everything so too modernized.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You saw they did the anime show. That was cool.
Which I,
They did an anime show.
Oh, yeah.
The anime show. That was awesome.
I heard that they got new. Somebody bought out the Central Mall, so that's why they're
trying.
trying to bring. I mean, they brought Crunch too. You know what I mean? They're getting
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I would like to see them get away from renting out the refinery space for parking. Not a big fan of that. It's ugly for a mall. You know, it also pushes away sales for the stores inside of that mall.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I think the only thing is it's hard to have all these regular stores open because Amazon and just kind of kill them.
And like I said, I've been in the market now for over 5 years. I mean, I was a reseller. You understand? So I'm selling things literally more than Amazon, and I was able to stay in business. You understand? And it wasn't towards where it was more of a scheduling problem to where the vault had to close down. Yeah. But at the end of the day, people want to go shop in stores, man. People, of course, you have Amazon. I mean, but people want to feel it. Yeah. They want to see it. They want to smell it. Yeah. They like that.
Yeah. Even like going to grocery shopping, you know, some people don't even like going there. They like order everything, you know.
Now that one I see a lot. People just pulling up to Walmart and just getting their stuff in. Yeah. I mean, that one I'm not too mad about, but you're still going to a physical location and you're supporting that physical location. I don't think that if you're wanting to buy a t-shirt and you want to pull it up to you and you say, all right, I want this look for the night, you know, you kind of got to get that in person. You kind of got to see, all right, this is exactly, you want to try it on. And that's female or male. And I could just tell you from experience, from being inside the mall, seeing Christmas time, and hearing the numbers that, this is pre-COVID, because that's a lot of things people don't talk about is COVID and the effect it had on the online shipping and all of that.
Oh
Really,
yeah, they made killing.
you wouldn't have seen that hike of a boost that quick to me, if
Yeah,
it wasn't for COVID.
yeah. Well, another thing that helped Amazon out, all these e-commerce business, is that they didn't have to charge you tax as well too. Because I
Yeah.
remember that a long time ago, Amazon wasn't charging tax, and I was like, I wonder why.
Because they throw it in that Amazon Prime fee.
Yeah, and I think that the lawmakers changed the rules and said, nope, you gotta start paying
You got to
taxes
charge
now.
that, of course,
Yeah, so-
for services and all that.
Yeah.
Sure.
So from there, from
So we left Champs, and then we got into the refinery. We got into the refinery for over 6 years. Shout out to my scaffold builders. Y'all know me for sure. Certified scaffold builder. I've worked for Zachary, Brock, Brand, bunch of companies.
yeah,
Just
and
a
scaffolding is very dangerous, guys. So I got a lot of respect for
Scaffolding
it.
is-
All the refineries
scaffolding
work
is
out there, because I
dangerous.
kind of work there, but I work mostly in the office. I go out there, I'm an engineer, so I just gotta go out there and kind of look at some things, and that's it.
Sign off on it.
I'm the customer reliability engineer, so I'm a contractor, so I don't have that much power. I can't really do that much, but I kind of could help them increase their reliability on their.
How long you did it for?
I've been doing it for like
Oh, you still do it
3
now?
years. Yeah,
Ah,
3
okay,
years. Yeah.
Cool.
I like it.
I loved it. It was fun to me. I needed the adrenaline.
Yeah.
I wanted to climb up to those heights. I had fun with it. I've hung, unfortunately. I've slipped, and to where I've had a hung from my harness and all that.
Mhm.
And it's just part of the game, and it happens.
Yeah.
But thank God I was tied off, at proper spots and all that, to where I was
Yeah.
secured. And
Yeah, we know. We
able
talked
to
about
hear.
how dangerous it was and how those recent fatalities
No,
that happened. Man, that's
super
sad. Right?
sad. And then even seeing the picture, all your brain does is start seeing where, how, what
Yeah.
was loose.
Oh yeah.
The crane, the rig that's above it, did it shift something?
Mhm.
How do these people? Because I don't believe, especially the way that's built, I don't believe the people not tied off. I don't believe you're just on there chilling, not tied off. So
Yeah.
it makes me wonder, where did you tie off? Did you literally tie off in the breaking point? But God bless them. It's terrible.
Yeah, I don't think they released the names or anything like that yet.
They actually did.
Oh, they did? I haven't heard.
And just God bless their families. They released. There's a lot of support for them. Because at least there's respect for that industry.
Yeah.
They're not the best paid, and that's something that could be talked about. Scaffold builders are not the best paid, and the people who are doing the welding, and they're getting way more money than these scaffold
Oh,
builders.
yeah.
Way more money. And of course they're doing a tighter job, but they can't do their job without them.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, you can't take a rig up there and trust that rig not to shift on you while you're doing a rig. Or a weld, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So you gotta respect the hustle.
Yeah, you got paid and people good too, but there's like that foundation. You know what I mean?
They're the foundation. That's
Yeah.
right. They're the legs.
Mhm.
They're literally the legs, and they're hard workers, man. Like you said about the sweating and stuff. I was drenched in sweat. I would wear a Nomex,
Mhm.
and I would be drenched in sweat before people would wake up in the mornings, 8 in the morning.
Oh
And
yeah,
I'm dripping sweat inside because just that day you had to get it.
yeah.
You just had to
Yeah.
get it. So after the refinery, I did 6 years. I ended up getting fired, and this was my last job. We were already planning on opening the vault. This is back in 2019, right before
Okay.
COVID was just getting boiled up. COVID was, and I had my AirPods in my ear. I would always work with music.
Mhm.
I was the lead man, so I would be at the top. So I would just call for material. So I would have one ear available just in case, and then one music low, very low.
Mm.
Of course, this is OSHA would be so upset with me saying this, right? This is not.
What's his name again?
I'm-
Can we find him right now?
Yeah, this is very long. It has to be past the 7 years mark or whatever. How they try to get you. And but long story short, there was a safety lady. She knew I would do that. Called me down, fired me, and that was the last time I worked in the refinery.
Yeah.
That was it. After that, we started the vault in a very small building, about the size of this room, maybe
Yeah.
5 foot bigger, but
Yeah.
that was it. We started off like that. We got such a good reaction from it. We thought we can go bigger, and that's when we started in Park Del Mall. I thought out of everywhere in the city, the place that most people will go to, and security,
Mhm.
will be the mall.
Yeah.
And we went there.
What part at the mall?
So that was the not so fun part. We were part of a space towards JCPenney, which was cool. You know, you're in front of JCPenney.
Mhm.
But it is in a darker area. It is in a corner.
But like across from the food market, pretty much. Like not in the same way, but it's just
So you know that way. Well,
Yeah.
go back and do the other one.
yeah,
You know they have like that weird shape
yeah.
there.
Where the people used to take the
Pictures?
pictures.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. So we took over that spot. It was 2 floors.
mhm.
Inventory was set upstairs, and you know all the floor will be on the ground. And we had some great stuff, man. We had some great stuff. Very unique pieces that are very limited.
Mhm.
They're not available everywhere, and if you are buying them online, they're still expensive. You know, so you were able to verify in store. You were able to try them on, and you know you're able to get an authentic product that you don't have to wonder online.
Yeah.
Because online, there's a lot of shady characters, man.
Yeah. So after the vault, how did you get into Benny's Pizzas and Chloe's
So with
Burgers?
Benny's, you know, I would visit the vault out here, and the pizzeria was unavailable. It was available, inactive since COVID. COVID knocked out the pizzeria.
Okay.
Now, this is a pizzeria that when I first moved to Texas, this pizzeria has been open, so I know this is a good spot. You understand?
Yeah.
And
What's the
but
location? Just so people
COVID
know?
knocked them out. So it's in Park Del Mar Food Court. It's the old Roman's Delight, real big, can't miss it. I call it the California steak because of how it's built. It's built like California, and you won't regret it, guys. We have the best brisket pizza. We have boudin pizza, and this is something that you don't get inside of in the mall. You know, you don't just go to any mall in America and get a brisket pizza. You don't go to any mall in America and get boudin pizza.
I actually never tried that.
It's delicious.
I gotta
brother.
try. Next time I
And
go,
we
I go
we
there.
make our own dough. We
Yeah.
use the best ingredients. We use beef pepperoni.
Mhm.
Our cheese is grande mozzarella, so it's a fresh Wisconsin cheese. That
Okay.
it's amazing how much I've learned about food, and it's absolutely great.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And from there, I guess you started Chloe's Burger.
So Chloe's Burgers is very new. Chloe's Burgers, we just opened up 2 months ago.
That's something you kind of started.
It just
like,
came out of nowhere. Another opportunity, basically, the same way I saw the pizzeria was available, I saw the burger spot was available.
Yeah. Is that in the
Put
same
my
location or is
creativity-
it?
It's in the same mall, man.
Oh, okay.
So this is Benny's Pizza. This is Charlie's Philly cheesesteak,
Mhm.
and this is Chloe's.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so this is right something in between us. Probably take that over eventually too.
Okay. Next time I go to the mall, and if you guys go to the Park Del Mall, go visit.
Right. Y'all come check us out.
Yeah, I definitely will too. So you said you barely opened that like 2 years ago.
So Benny's been open since 22. So we're about to make 3 years in August.
Okay.
Thank God. And Chloe's just opened up 2 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 months ago. So we just opened up in February. It really started off as a soft launch just to see.
Mhm.
Let's see how the public will take it, and we took off amazingly.
So I know both of your locations are over here in Park Del Mall, right?
Yes.
So it'd be very convenient then. So since both locations are there, right?
Got a hallway in the back. It's beautiful.
Yeah. But where are you located? You don't live here, right? And so-
No. So being like I was saying, we had an opportunity of a lifetime to take the vault to Katy, Texas. The mall from Katy, Texas reached out to us saying, "Hey guys, would y'all like to open up that same store out here?" That was my first time ever going to Katy.
Not Katy Mills Mall.
Katy Mills Mall.
okay,
Yeah, Katy
okay.
Mills Mall. So we had a location in Katy Mills Mall.
Okay.
Katy Mills, due to our contract, they did us terrible.
Oh.
They did us very, very bad. Treated us very bad. But I ended up meeting my wife there.
Okay. So it's not.
So you gotta,
Yeah,
make
t-
lemons out of lemonade.
Yeah, take the good from the bad.
Absolutely. So yeah, I live out there still. My wife, she has her business. I plan on doing much more business.
Yeah, and Katy's a beautiful place over there. They got so much things going
It's
on over there. The boardwalk
absolutely-
they're building.
building the boardwalk, brother.
Yeah.
Yes. No, it's beautiful out there. We also have a pizzeria. We even have Benny's Pizza Katy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we have Benny's Pizza Katy. My father-in-law owns that location.
Is that like a separate
It's like, yep.
building there, or is it like?
It's a separate building. It's not inside of a mall. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a building. It's a dine-in. You can actually go inside, sit down, order a pizza, relax, have music playing. It's not inside of a mall.
Okay.
So yeah. So we plan on putting. They just started burgers as well. Starting to use like the Chloe's burgers and all that stuff. Kind of
Yeah.
incorporate it.
Yeah.
And
So
just keeping it together.
since you live out there, how tough is it to manage
It's
the
terrible,
work.
man.
Yeah.
It's terrible, man. It's tough, but that goes back to that hustle. It
Yeah.
goes back to the hustle, and it got to be worth it.
Yeah.
It's got to be worth it. You got to see results. If you don't see results because you're there, then maybe you shouldn't be there. But everywhere I go, I see results, man. So if I see it, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep digging.
Are you having to come down here every day?
Every day,
Ooh.
absolutely, man. I'm planning on putting a camera in my car because I see crazy stuff all the time,
yeah.
man. I see crazy stuff all the time, man. So it's definitely something that it's not fun,
Yeah.
but it's part of being a business
Yeah,
owner
it's
for
a
some.
2 hour drive right there, just about
2 hour
okay.
drive, man. 2 hour drive.
So
145
4 hours.
if you're feeling 4 hours a day. So I see it as a blessing, because I'm actually able to absorb content. I'm actually able to do my studying at that time. Of course, I'm not reading. I'm having to listen
Yeah.
more than anything. But that's time I get to zone in, focus, and continue to learn because you don't want to think you know it all. You
Yeah.
don't ever want to just go around the world. Oh, you've learned it. No.
Yeah.
So you have to constantly learn. And whenever I'm in Katy and I'll stay in Katy, I'm not able to just absorb all of that information. I'm steadily moving. Just like how I'm out here, I'm not able to just, take orders and listen to podcasts. We're gonna have a bunch of messed up orders eventually, be remaking. We don't want to do that. So you focus on the task at hand. But it's something that it helps me get my content in. It helps me get my knowledge in.
Yeah. I was doing the same thing from a previous job. I was when I was living in Birmingham, they were and when I moved back here, they were flying me all over across the United States doing whatever I needed to do for the work, right? And sometimes I would have to drive to locations or whatever. And sometimes, like for example, one time they sent me to North Carolina. So I was out there, go out there on a Monday. By Wednesday, they told me, hey, we need you over here in Atlanta. So I was like, shit. I check the time and see how long it takes to get a flight, go there, drop off the vehicle, then fly there, then pick up another vehicle. It's like, man, you know what? It's not even worth it. I might as well
Traveling
just
is
drive.
crazy. Yeah.
So I just drove.
Yeah, especially with the airport. It's fun for like the first 2 trips, maybe in a month, but after that, you visiting the airport, it gets a little tiring.
I didn't mind because, like I said, work was paying for everything. They let me charge everything to my car, so I was getting the points. I got shitload of points. Literally hotels, rentals, airplanes.
I was in
points.
Alabama.
Yeah, when I was
Birmingham,
working, I was a field service engineer at the time, so that's what they was had me flying all over the place. Oh, it was fun. They paid for the food, $35 per meal. Yeah,
per diem.
No, not per diem. It was per meal.
Just per meal.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, I had another job that was per diem, and the most I ever got per diem was maybe in California, by Oxnard. It was like $275.
You used to visit Cali?
I haven't been there for like maybe 4 or 5 years, which I need to go visit all my dad's side of the family lives in San Francisco, around that area. So
beaches? Beaches?
Cold water.
Yeah?
Very cold water. Pacific Ocean is very cold.
Really?
Especially over there. Which me and my brother used to swim in that all the time when we were younger.
No, I've been to Cali twice. It's beautiful, man.
Oh, I love it.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, when I was working over there in Oxnard, I was able to go to it was like New Year's time, so they let us out for a few days. So I was able to drive from Oxnard or like Los Angeles area, pretty much, go to San Francisco. But I took the regular route.
How long is that?
Maybe like 3 hour drive. I want to say 2 or 3 hours, not too long.
You at least got a view.
Yeah, I have view.
You at least got a view. Cool mountains and all that.
I got up to the mountains and they were snowing.
Beautiful.
Then I go from there into like little valley or whatever, and then I'll start smelling all the shit smell from all the cows.
Yeah.
Like, man, it's crazy. But when I came back to Los Angeles, I went down the tourist route down Highway 1. Oh, that was amazing right there.
Yeah.
Amazing.
No, I got a lot more traveling to do in Cali. I have a lot more travel. I've been to Los Angeles and I've been to North Cal. I always forget which city. I know I passed. Don't get me to make up cities. I gotta remember.
More closer on the West Coast or Santa Ana?
No, it's up north.
More north?
Where's the Golden State Warriors from?
Oakland, Richmond. No, I thought San Francisco was. I thought they moved to San Francisco. The Warriors, Golden Warriors, San Jose.
Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, I thought they were from San Francisco. I thought.
Like I said, don't give me the.
Yeah, about around the Bay Area.
Around the Bay Area, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Around the Bay Area, yeah.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to Side Collective. Side Collective. Again, I'm getting into my shoe realm, but
Oh, okay.
yeah. Super cool dude. He's from out there.
Mhm.
I was able to pass by. Yeah, really cool guy.
Yeah, it's so weird, like how people are different from different parts of the country. You know what I mean? Even though
Yeah.
we're
Right
all,
now it's beautiful. This internet stuff is beautiful.
oh
You
yeah,
know, you're really able. I got this one Asian guy keeps popping on my thing that I love sushi. He hasn't popped up on yours yet. Well, you should thank God.
I like the guy from China, Tony.
The one who eats the food.
No, Tony from the guy who they do lights.
Ah, yes.
He's
He makes
been blowing
signs
up.
and
Yeah, he's been blowing up.
stuff. Absolutely. I actually messaged him.
Oh really?
My buddy from Broke Boys, Paul,
Uh-huh.
the food truck from out here, really good food. He was like, because I was telling him I needed a sign for Chloe's,
Mhm.
and I was already gonna go. You know, I had a source for it, and he was like Tony, and I was like, "Who's Tony? Who's Tony?" He was like, "Bro, the guy on Instagram."
Yeah.
And then he showed me. I said, "Bro, that's hilarious."
Yeah.
Like, and I even told him, I was like, "I doubt he's gonna respond to me," and he for sure didn't respond to me.
Yeah.
I'm sure he gets a
So-
lot of messages.
So I'm thinking they will call it. So I think he's so funny and stuff like that. I said, you know what?
When
Next
he
time-
dressed like Trump and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I'm thinking about like once I use up this sign so much, I'm probably gonna get them to do a sign and have
Absolutely.
it right here. You know?
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
What would it say? The
Oh, the name of the
name?
podcast.
Yeah. Ah, yeah. You just said. It.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing is. Talking more about the business.
Absolutely. We could definitely talk about Benny's or Chloe's. Those are two of my active businesses right now. The pizzeria, again, we have the hand tossed dough. We hand toss it like in New York.
Mhm.
Like in New York, we hand toss it.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to even watch. You know, we'll even
Yeah.
go to the front sometimes. We'll toss the dough around. We'll toss it in the air.
You said you gotta make some food tonight, huh? For tomorrow, right?
So yeah,
Yeah.
tomorrow, yeah. So the reason why I'm even staying out here, we actually gonna be on Fox tomorrow with the Arc it's like an Arc series, basically.
Okay.
Huge shout out to Angel San Juan. He's gonna be having us going live. So it'll
Yeah.
actually be live.
Okay.
It's gonna be for Chloe's and Benny's. I'm gonna really be doing for Chloe's.
Yeah.
So I'm bringing real cool. You get to know about it more than before anybody else. It's gonna be a chili cheese dog pizza. So it's again something that you just don't see much often. It's gonna have that beefy chili sauce, so like a chili cheese hot dog.
Mm-hmm.
Chili sauce, shredded 3 cheese,
Yeah.
chopped up Nathan's beef hot dog, and some more sauce, melted sauce on top. Throw it in the oven, pop that sucker out. Tastes delicious, man. So we're bringing that to the station. We're gonna be bringing the donut cheeseburger because we do sell the donut cheeseburger at Chloe's year round. You don't have to wait for the state fair.
Mm-hmm.
We sell it year round. We get our donuts fresh daily, so we either get we always support local. So we're doing Happy Donuts, or we support a bunch of Beaumont, mainly Beaumont, you know, just so they could be fresh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be bringing that tomorrow. Bacon cheeseburger, because I'm proud of my bacon cheeseburger. You can also see us on YouTube. Somebody did an amazing review on our bacon cheeseburger.
Alright.
Super cool review. Wasn't expecting it, and he explained it perfectly. The way he explained the flavor, the texture, the crunch, the way he explains it, absolutely did an amazing job.
Yeah. I can try to look for that video and try.
Yeah,
to see
it's
if I can
really
link it
cool.
up. Yeah.
Man, he's gonna be upset that I forgot the page. But I'm sure you'll see it on our page as well. We've shared it, so it's on the Chloe's page on Facebook.
Okay.
But other than that, we're gonna be bringing that and the Venezuelan burger. So I'm actually gonna be bringing the Venezuelan burger. I did it for my wife.
Mhm.
She's Venezuelan, and so they make crazy burgers out there. Their burgers are like sit about this high,
Holy
just
cow.
loaded with a bunch of cool stuff, man. So it does have the Angus beef. It has a cheese, queso mano.
Mhm.
So it's gonna be a thick cheese, a fresh cheese, ham, beef bacon, potato sticks from Venezuela specifically. I got these from Venezuela. Ketchup and a special sauce called tartara sauce.
Tartara sauce.
And it has lettuce as well. It does have
Okay.
lettuce, it does have greens. Lettuce, potato sticks, ketchup, and
like
tartara
yay
sauce.
tall or something.
It
like
sits about yay
that?
tall.
How
man.
round is it?
Well, it's a brioche bun. It's a 5-inch brioche bun. So they sit about this big or wide. Let's see where the camera at. So about that big or wide, you know, about a good size. And yeah, they're big. They're big, man. They're big. The
Are
box
you
barely closes.
are you able to finish it off?
Am I able to fit? Man, I will.
Mhm.
I will.
But you're gonna be hurting, right?
But I'll be hurting. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's something you want to share, you know, and that's what's cool about it.
And is it with fries or without fries? Like
Well, you
able
get the
to-
combo.
Yeah,
I
you get the combo.
recommend the combo. That's another thing. I'm glad you mentioned that, man. You know, we do waffle fries. So it's really cool that, you know, Chick-fil-A does waffle fries, but they do chicken sandwiches.
Yeah.
We actually offer the burger with waffle fries now. So if you've been craving, man, I want waffle fries, but you know, nobody sells waffle fries. So it's something that we brought different. We're proud to have it. It goes fast. So definitely come fast. They sell out very quick, even on the weekends. Sometimes if we sell out, we have to use shoestring fries because you can't find waffle fries so readily available.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we do have the shoestring fries. And yeah, some good stuff. So that's what I'm bringing tomorrow. So I'm gonna be bringing 3 burgers, the waffle fries, and the pizza. And I plan on talking to Angel San Juan about the vision, about what we're bringing to the city. It is something that I'm proud of. It's something that, you know, we dedicated to my 2 French bulldogs. You know, Benny and Chloe are my 2 French bulldogs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Huge shout out to Benny. And keep a prayer for Chloe. 2 months ago, we just got hit with, she has IVDD.
What?
So I know, right? We'll have to Google the exact term, but it's basically a herniated disc, right? So her disc in her back on her left side, inflamed, herniated, ruptured, basically is not working. So so she can't walk.
Something where she got hurt. She hurt herself.
She hurt herself. Probably jumped down on the couch. From the couch, she jumps down. She's very active. She plays a lot. She plays a lot more than Benny.
Yeah.
So
just like my people told you.
yeah, just like that one that was jumping up and down. That's
jumps high.
Chloe.
Yeah.
That's Chloe, man. And that's funny. You say squeaking. Chloe doesn't bark. Chloe just she doesn't snore. You know, French bulldogs are known for snoring. Yeah. She doesn't snore. So Chloe's a rare breed, you know, and that's why I'm happy that she has her dedication piece to her. We have Chloe's Burgers, and we plan on making it something big. A lot of the menu features some of the litters she's had. So she's had litters, babies.
Oh, okay.
And we have Hatchie's Bite. You know, that's on the menu. We have Bulldog Burger Fries. We have Bourbon's Barbecue Chicken. So these are all named after like her kids.
Okay, they're all named.
Yeah.
And some places like Venezuela, right?
And Venezuela as well. Yeah.
So you pretty much kind of just do like off the wall kind of food and like, hey, let's try it out, see how it's gonna. Do you like
100%?
You just try them out and see how it's gonna be. Then from there, you're gonna decide if you can put it on the menu.
To me, I'm a foodie at heart. I'm a big foodie at heart, man.
You don't look too big.
I know. Don't let it fool you, man. I used to be a lot bigger than this. But just constantly moving, you just lose it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't eat, you know, just because of the schedule,
so busy,
just working. Like, honestly, you know, you have so many tickets. If you don't eat in that early morning from driving or whatever it is, you just got to skip a meal till you get a chance, you know, and that's real life. And, but I eat. I definitely, and I eat it all, man. From sushi to fried chicken, whatever you want to eat, we're gonna try it out. You know,
well, I mean, you don't look too big, so you're doing something right.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. No, I gotta say I'm the skinniest pizzeria burger owner.
Especially, you know,
Yeah.
or having all the food access to you.
And I eat my food. I love it.
Yeah, when I used to work at Cassoulet, the women in the back, the cooks, if they had a mistake, they'll save it for me because they like me. So, and they'll give me all the good mistakes.
Those are the best parts, man. Those are the best
So I was just
parts.
taking it, kind of eating it. Like,
We get that from Charlie's all the time.
Yeah,
Like, hey, they didn't make it. Give me that right here.
I know I gained some weight from there, but or even out because I was a waiter, so I kept on moving around. So
As long as you keep moving, you know, and a lot of the water, you know, I don't really drink sodas and stuff.
yeah, I cut down my soda. I got back having drink coffee.
I just got into it, man.
Yeah, man.
Last year was my first year out of 30 years.
Oh, really?
I just got into coffee.
I've been
man.
drinking
And
coffee
I'm in
since
love. Love coffee.
when I was 15, 14. No, I go drink coffee at midnight and still fall asleep. Literally.
Nah, I was gonna get one before here,
Oh yeah.
but I went with the water.
Oh, okay.
I went with the water.
I started adding some. I do my little mixture, like how probably you do your food and stuff like that. So I use some Nescafe regular, and I put a little bit of chocolate coffee that I buy from HEB, and a little bit of hazelnut coffee.
Make
as
your
well,
own
too.
blend.
Yeah, make my own blend.
That's
And then-
impressive, sir.
And then also I started putting the mushroom coffee. Like one
you
little
using
scoop.
Rise or who?
Huh?
rise or
Shroom, mushroom, mushroonology, something like
do you
that.
see a difference? I've been meaning to do it.
Huh?
Do you see a difference?
I don't put too much of it, but I do drink a lot of coffee. So something during the
Yeah,
weekends when
yeah.
I'm home, then I'll put that in there. But if I'm at work, I'll drink their coffee.
That's something I want to get into. I've heard a lot of
Yeah,
benefits from it.
I can't do straight shroom coffee or mushroom
Nah,
coffee.
yeah, I'm sure
I always
sure
just put a
that's
little bit
strong,
in.
yeah.
Yeah.
I never
So
even thought about the taste.
yeah, so I kind of do my little mixture, and so far when I had people try it out, they love
Yeah,
it.
they love it.
Yeah, yeah.
I have to stop by in the morning.
There you
Like,
go. I gotta
quick,
make my own coffee joint right
knock on the
there.
door. Hey, man,
Yeah,
let me get that fix.
yeah. So I was gonna ask you, what's the hat? It looks like you got a cowboy with flames on.
Yeah, so that's the Renegades. That's the Beaumont Renegades. We're proud sponsors of the Beaumont Renegades. Benny's and Chloe's is.
Is that like for football?
Football team, indoor
Okay.
football league. Grown men playing football inside of Ford Park Arena.
Oh, so it's men.
Real men, yeah,
Okay.
and they're actually like, dang, I hate to get this if I am wrong, but I'm pretty sure the founder is from the Patriots.
Okay.
The Patriots. So they actually played for the NFL, started his own league. Not sure how they landed in Beaumont.
Yeah,
But they started the league in Beaumont. It's called the Beaumont Renegades. They're undefeated, so that's awesome. I believe they're 4-0 right now.
Like what other teams? Who they playing against?
So they've played Louisiana last week. I lied. They're playing Louisiana for my May 3rd.
Yeah.
this
Where do
weekend.
they play anyways?
Ford Park. So in Ford Park
okay.
Arena, they go in there. They have seats. Pretty cool setup. It's beautiful. They built a stadium inside of.
See,
Ford
I didn't
Park.
even know that right there. I would like to go.
And that's amazing. You know, that's
Yeah.
that's the whole point. And they're doing awesome marketing. They're getting their name a lot more out there. But they just went undefeated again. They just came from Georgia, so they're doing away games as well.
Oh, okay.
So they go to Georgia. The other one was in Texas, somewhere further off in Texas, and they won. So yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome to be, you know. And I tell them ever since day one, whenever they came by, I said, we gotta go undefeated.
Yeah.
And they're holding it through.
Yeah. Well, if they see this, one of you guys come on. You know what I mean? Shit, I didn't even know
I'ma
about
make
this.
that
You know?
happen.
Yeah, you know
I'ma
what I
make
mean?
that happen.
It's like
I'll make it
very
happen.
interesting. Because
I'll make a few.
I remember what I called. They had the NHL here. You know, hockey.
Yeah.
Hockey game.
Yeah.
Hockey. But
See, but you know that football. This city bleeds football.
yeah, and that's it.
This
This more
city
place
loves that
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't know this. Around this area, Golden Triangle, it has the most people who actually won Super Bowls.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
That have probably been drafted into the NFL and all of that.
Yeah,
I
Jimmy
believe it.
Johnson, Thomas Earl,
Yup,
and
yup,
just
yup,
a lot of other people, man.
Yep. No, the 409 has a lot of talent, man. I've seen a lot of talent in the 409, from the food to the music to the art, you know, and I've come from all over. I've seen a lot of cities, you know, and I love the 409. I love the way you can really, it's the perfect place to get your start. If anything else, it's a place to get your start and grow, I think.
Yeah.
You know, I came from the refinery and I was able to build myself up to where I didn't have to work for nobody anymore, you know, except for myself.
Yeah, and that's why I see why people still want to come live in the U.S. because they see they know
No,
the opportunity
is there. The
is there.
opportunity is there. There, you can let the politics fool you. You can let the media really just play with your mind. But at the end of the day, it comes down to you. It comes down to me. It comes down to that one person. You know, you have to put that work in. You know, if you don't come from that fortune, you gotta go get it.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of people trying to go to Canada. You know what I mean?
Nah,
They're
I'm
not
not
migrating
going to
up there. You know?
Once they see their paycheck for 1 week of work, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
take 55 or so much
60%,
percentage,
yeah.
60% out your check, you're coming back.
Yeah.
You're not staying out there.
I mean, even though they take a lot of money from us, still, you know. What I
yeah, they
mean?
still take a lot,
Yeah,
you
still,
know,
man.
but you know they don't. 55, man.
Yeah, that's a lot right there.
That's a lot of money.
But that's probably like
You
almost.
make $1,000, you get $400.
Yeah, that's probably like California
What are you
taxes right
doing?
there.
That's California.
Yeah, that's California.
At
Right
least you
there.
got a beach.
Yeah,
I heard Canada's cold,
yeah,
so I don't know.
yeah. That's where California you could go
Trade-off.
hike a mountain and go surf the same day.
Same day. Same day.
That's how El Salvador is too. You could do the
Is
same
it?
thing. Yep.
Really now?
Mhm.
I've never been to El Salvador. I haven't done too much research into El
Oh,
Salvador.
so
Been to Ecuador.
I went there last year, right? And I haven't since then. Like,
What part?
the last time I went there,
What
it was
part?
20 years ago.
What part?
San Miguel.
San Miguel. Okay.
Yeah. And
I'll look that up.
yeah, and also I had went back again. So I went there 2 times last year. Once San Miguel and once San Salvador, and both times were amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's the view like? What's the weather like?
More tropical. And it depends where as well too, because let's say San Miguel, it's more like inland a little bit, so it's very hot. Now, if you go up some mountains area, it gets cooler.
That's
But
interesting. Yeah, because you have the,
the height,
the height,
the
yep,
height,
yep.
so it gets
And a
it's
little bit
more
of the
cooler.
water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so then, like I said, you get the beaches over there as well too. They're doing a lot of remodeling, making like resorts and
If
stuff.
I'm going out there, where's somewhere I gotta go to? It's like the spot.
They're actually building this new thing. I forgot the name of it. I just Surf City. That's what it's called. It's like a little area they call
So
Surf
surfing
City.
is big out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They have this surfing community around there. When I stayed in a resort for a day or two, and they actually have people out there surfing. I was able to see it.
Nice.
So it's a place called Surf
But
City.
have you ever been surfing?
Nah.
No, yes.
Well, not no more. Too.
Challenging, huh?
I won't even try right now because I messed up my knee, so I can't really twist that good
Nah,
on this
yeah,
one knee. So
that's
I already know
risky.
I'm screwed right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So I
You're
don't.
depending on all of your ankles right there and your
Mhm.
knees.
Yeah, so it's like that screwed me right there. But yeah, like I said, they're building a Surf City 2. So I'm not exactly sure. I think it's almost completed, but they're making big progress
I'm
or
gonna have
whatever.
to Google that. I'm
And
gonna
the
have to
reason
see
why
that.
is because the president Bukele, he changed it up or whatever. So it used to be
I've
the
heard
murder
about it.
capital of the world,
I've
but now it's the
seen that.
safest.
Man, that's crazy you say that. Now, how do you feel about them bringing the criminals from here and sending them out there? Now
Well,
that you said that, you've opened up my
yeah.
mind. That's
So I
crazy.
call it, if they're from El Salvador, well, yeah. And I think if they're sending like
Yeah, but
it's gets sketchy now. That you sending U.S. citizens there. That's the part that's gonna
now
get
they're also
sketchy.
sending Venezuelan
Oh yeah,
criminals,
yeah. And I guess
and he's accepting them.
yeah, and I guess their mindset is thinking is because well they're not U.S. citizens, so we could send them there. El Salvador, what?
Now that's gonna be crazy if they do start sending U.S. citizens. That's
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
super off the wall.
But I think Bukele, what he thinking is that okay, we'll take those
I'm
in
sure there's money involved in there as
exactly.
well.
Yeah,
There's a good funding going on in
it'll
there.
be a lot cheaper for United States to send them there, and they pay for the
course.
bill, whatever, and to Salvador, it's a lot of money for them
Yeah,
because they're not treating them like they're not living in no luxury
They're not-
hotels.
they're
You know
not-
what I mean?
yeah, they
You're
don't
gonna
get new
suffer.
slippers every day.
And they should do the same thing here.
Yeah,
If you
make
go
it
to
tough.
jail,
Make it tough.
you sleeping on the floor,
Yeah,
concrete
yeah.
bed.
That's how they do it over there.
Yes.
You saw that? Do you believe that picture was real, where everybody was like sitting down inside each other's legs? Yeah, that's real. Yeah,
I believe it.
yeah.
Hey, somebody
It
got
needs to happen. It has to happen. I
It
100%
has,
agree.
you know what I mean?
100% agree.
Yeah,
You give up your rights whenever you do violate someone else's. I truly believe.
exactly.
100%.
Especially even when people who
I just laugh whenever he's like sitting this close to Bukele and he tells him, our past president is a fool for accepting all of these criminals from other countries, and here we are sending our criminals to your country. I just found that hilarious.
yeah. There's a quote that he said, right? Even he said it to Donald Trump, and he liked it, and I liked it too. Bukele said, "Some people say that we imprison thousands, but the way I see it,
We've liberated
millions.
millions.
Yes,
I heard that too as well, man.
I was like, oh, that's a good
No,
one.
that was good. That was
Yeah.
good. That was a good meeting. And like I said, it was kind of funny to me
Yeah.
to hear him say, we're gonna be sending these people and possibly U.S. citizens. And I believe that got passed today, man.
Yeah,
I believe it got passed today to where they could send them. I'm
Yeah.
sure this is real serious crimes though that
yeah,
probably warrants that.
yeah. No, yeah. If it's really
Probably,
serious,
I'm
you
sure
know what I
it
mean.
is. Yeah, gotta happen.
And I'm actually all open for like the death penalty too. You know, what I mean, if you do some crazy stuff,
Yeah, if you do
really
some crazy stuff,
harmful,
blood in your hands,
yeah,
you know what I mean. Open, close, move them out.
yeah. But yeah, that's wild. But do you have any crazy stories that you could share?
Crazy stories, man. The craziest one is probably like like hanging from the scaffold.
Oh yeah,
That was crazy, man. I'm trying to I wasn't a rebellious kid, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I stayed real focused. I had a very short party run. It was like maybe 2 years, and it was like a handful of times each year. It wasn't that wild. Yeah, man.
How about in the food court? Do they have like crazy fights over there?
The food court, man. I, I haven't seen. Yes, they have fights for sure.
Mhm.
It's always like a Saturday night most of the time. I'm not gonna say it's recent because it really isn't that recent, especially now. Like the mall is really beefed up security. You don't see the same security guards that used to be there. You know, these guys actually, when they call, they show up pretty quick. But I've seen definitely some fights in there. Young kids,
Yeah.
young rowdy kids. They
Yeah.
get loud, man. You hear the chairs moving more than anything. Or you hear just chairs everywhere. Yeah, it gets
Yeah.
crazy.
And they're just kind of like just back and
And
forth
you just
moving.
sit there and watch it. Yeah, you
Yeah.
just sit there watch. You're behind the bar. and
Recording
stuff.
it.
Yeah, like you don't ever want to really just. But at the end of the day, yeah, you just sit there in awe. Like, man, are they really just doing this in front of everybody? But yeah, they are. And sometimes it warrants for that time.
Yeah, kids gonna be kids, man. Because I
Kids gonna
remember
be
back in high
kids.
school.
You were rowdy?
No, I wasn't rowdy. I
Right.
always been calm and quiet. You know what I mean? I'm always
Yeah.
laid back and chill. You know.
Yeah.
But at TJ, I remember one time they had a big fight, like, and I forgot who it was. I know it was like the Mexicans, and I forgot if they were fighting other Mexicans
You
or
talking about the Mexicans and the blacks?
yeah,
Brother, that was before I moved to Texas.
Mhm.
And that video was like on YouTube.
yeah,
That was like my first introduction.
Mhm.
Like whenever I was first moving out here, they were like, "Have you heard of Port Arthur?"
yeah.
I was like, not really. And they're like, "Yeah, look at this video on YouTube."
Oh, yeah,
And I
yeah.
seen that. I said, "No way, that's happening out here." So I heard things are way better, thank God.
Yeah, I think so.
But that's crazy that's a pass, and I feel like that was the sentiment in a lot of states. They really turned brown against brown. The Mexicans versus the blacks, they really
Yeah.
turned us against each other,
Yeah.
or the Hispanics against the blacks.
No, even Hispanics against
Hispanics in general, yeah.
No, it's like because like a lot
yeah.
of times the Mexicans from here that I knew, you know what I mean? I was cool with both sides. They had like the Palus and the Michoacan, but like
Yeah, now that's funny.
It's
In
like-
the refinery, you see that a
yeah,
lot. In the refinery, you see that a lot.
And also the the Vietnamese, you know what I mean? They had the Catholics and the Buddhas, you know,
Yeah.
they were getting
Yeah,
in fights,
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
But
yeah.
again, kids can be kids. I don't know if they still fight over like that way, you know what I mean?
The Buddhas are much more fun.
Yeah, so it was wild, you know.
Yeah. No, that's funny. That is.
I remember one time when I was working at Riley's, I had friends, both of them friends, they were Vietnamese, right? One was Buddha and the other one Catholic, you know what I mean? And it was always kind of like a little tension, you know what I mean? But then
Yeah.
after they started talking, and I think I talked to one on the side, and he said, "Man, you know what? I like him. He's pretty cool." Like, no shit, you guys are the same.
Of course, yeah.
It's like, man, you just don't take the religious thing too far, you know what I
Exactly.
mean?
And it happens. It
Everybody-
happens,
yeah,
man.
everybody has
It
their own thoughts and
happens.
stuff like that. You just gotta respect them,
Yeah.
see where they're coming from, and then let them see where you're coming from. You know what I mean?
It's crazy to see how much power religion has. I did a crazy deep dive into the Pope after Pope Francis passed away.
Yeah.
I did a little deep dive,
Mhm.
and brother, it's crazy what you will really see that even the date of Christmas, December 25th, was decided by a pope. A pope decided the day of Christmas.
Yeah.
So it's pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you which pope it was. You're gonna probably have to Google it.
Yeah.
But just do that little deep dive yourself, and yeah.
But with Pope Francis, didn't really too care much about him because I don't know. It seemed like he was trying to promote DEI and stuff as well
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it's kind of like, hey, you know what?
It was weird. It was weird.
It's like-
It was weird. A lot of the DEI stuff was pushed heavily,
Too hard.
and it's crazy how you can see an agenda in your
Yeah,
face, like
and-
actually being crammed.
And that's what a lot of people, don't understand. Like that's what happened. You go too far one direction, and then it's gonna go back the other
The
way.
same way if they went too far right.
Yeah,
If we just have out here, if they go on the news and say, hey, today is National KKK Day,
Yeah.
that would raise an uproar, in any which way. So too far right, too far left, you got to stay in the middle. You got to be able to have some common sense. I like that common sense they're pushing, because common sense not so common. So it's cool that they're pushing it more.
Yeah, it is crazy how like a lot of media, especially like mainstream media, we know that's kind of like more left leaning or whatever.
Mhm.
They're saying, oh, if you say 2 + 2 = 2, you're a right wing or whatever,
Yeah.
conservative. It's like just because you make sense,
Yeah.
you're adding math. They even say you're conservative if you go to the gym and stay fit.
Yeah.
That's like,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
come on.
Don't care about yourself.
Yeah.
Don't care about yourself. Don't do that.
I'm all
Right.
about make yourself the best version of yourself.
That's right. Now it's the American dream, to be able to come in here, and even if you're super fat or whatever you are, they have that opportunity out here to where you could find your path to where you can make the best version of you. And at the end of the day, if you can't find yourself, go to the army. At the end of the day, go enlist yourself. at least when you get out, you have a cool care package. You got your, your school paid for. Say you want to go to school, say you want to go get a house, you at least have a little bit more financial support that way.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I'm not saying go that way. I would say first try to build yourself up to the best of your possibility. But
Hey, that's something that you want to do, that you got that drive for. Hey, go ahead and do it.
go ahead and do it.
Yeah, I don't think you ever regret it. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Yeah.
I have no regrets, man. Every part of the scaffold building taught me how to really just go extra hard. If you're giving somebody 80 hours out of your week, I could drive 4 hours a day.
Yeah.
If I can go drive from here to Louisiana just to make, 35, 40 an hour, why wouldn't I drive an hour 45 for my own business? Get to create something that could be everlasting. It can be the next Raising Cane's.
Yeah,
It
you
can
never know.
You never know, man. You never know.
Like I said, you got to start somewhere.
You have to, and that's coming.
Yeah. Well, talking about that, and who could be the next Raising Cane? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years, man. I'm a creator, man. I'm a creator. I love to create. I don't like to just stay still. I'll constantly create. So I see myself with many, many businesses. And, the pizzeria was never planned. I would talk about it. You can ask a lot of my buddies, a lot of people who know me personally, they'll be like, man, that guy used to talk about selling shoes. That guy used to talk about making pizzas. That guy, I never talked about burgers, so this one probably shocked them.
Yeah.
But the other two, I've always talked about it. Those were like in my forefront. Those are passions of mine. I love shoes since I was a young kid. Who doesn't love a good pizza? I'm from New York.
Yeah.
So it kind of brings me back to my dad as well. My dad did pass away when I was real young.
Oh, really?
So it's it's a drawback. It's able for me to stem on that and say, hey, look at what I'm doing. Look at what I'm serving. I'm making other families happy. I get to see other dads and their sons over a slice of pizza. So that's awesome. That's real awesome. But in the next 5 years, I plan on opening a food truck. I plan on having a food truck. I plan on doing from city to city, going especially from here to Houston. 100%, that's coming. More business in Houston, more for sure. Katy location, whether it's Chloe's or another Benny's, you'll see another Katy location, and who knows what else, man. I have a lot of ideas. I want to see I have a cool rental spot that I want to do where you'll be able to design your own merchandise, and have the opportunity to actually do photo shoots. So we have a lot of creativity, and it doesn't have to be in the city; it could be in another city. But you'll have that opportunity to come into the lab, design your merch, have it printed out, and if you want to do a photo stock right there, you take pictures. You get to do a whole photo shoot in your merchandise, and promote it, make sales, and we just want to create successful people, man. I love to see successful people. I love to hear successful stories, and I just want to be a part of it.
Yeah. I think I may have given you a little idea, maybe because when we were talking about when I wrote down your name of your burger joint, looking at it now, it says Chloe, but for some reason I was thinking Cholo's Burger.
Yeah, whenever I came in, he was like, so we're going to talk about Cholo's Burger and Benny's Pizza. I said, Cholo's Burger. I'm gonna let him sit right there. Yeah. And then he said it again. I was like, just let you know it's Chloe. And he was like, I do see it. So I said, but you might be onto something. I can make it lean to the side a little bit.
Yeah, you survive 5 times with a little ticket. You come back, your meal is free to 6 times, something like that.
We're going to call that the RJ special.
Hey, we may have created something.
No, we're going to create something for sure. Me and my boy, we're definitely going to get in the lab after this, and we'll definitely have a promo for him. You'll be able to come in. We'll probably make a pizza. Probably come up with your favorite pizza. Same thing with the burger style. And I think we should do it for at least a week or even a month if it kicks off. You know what I mean?
You never know. Hey,
you never know.
Any last words for the audience?
Man, y'all just come check us out, man. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you for coming.
Absolutely, man. Y'all check us out inside Parkdale Mall. Just check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Benny's Pizza, B as in boy, ENNYS Pizza. And then you have Chloe's Burgers, CHLOE Burgers. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, all of the good stuff. TikTok's coming soon. We have a Benny's TikTok. Super cool. Just check us out, man. We got a lot of new cool stuff coming out. If you love flavor, we're heavy on the yummy. That's one of my favorite sayings. So put your paws on what we're delivering, man.
And I'll link all that information in the box so that way you guys could find him that way. All right. But hey, if you guys like what we're doing over here, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. It sure really helps out the channel grow. All right, guys. All right. Peace out.
Appreciate y'all.
interviews. We keep it real, no scripted cues. From wild debates to heartfelt tales, strap in tight, this train never derails. We bring the vibes, the beats won't stop. Tune